financially mostly, from what I see. Because it's all about everyone wants to be a big shot, but they got to pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat.
If I'm not mistaken, 92-pound weight difference, almost 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. Let's say he comes in at 200 pounds, still 65-pound weight advantage, which is absolutely ridiculous.
To that,
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight.
Mike Tyson is not pulling any punches when it comes to Jake Paul's shocking claim about beating Gervonta "Tank" Davis. The legendary heavyweight icon, feared for both his knockout power and raw honesty, fired back at Paul's bold statement with no mercy. Tyson acknowledged Jake's hustle in boxing but made it crystal clear, facing a pound-for-pound star like Davis is a completely different battlefield. According to Iron Mike, there's a massive gap between YouTube fame and elite boxing greatness, and Jake needs to understand that before talking recklessly. For Tyson, Tank Davis represents danger, skill, and respect, something Jake Paul still hasn't earned.
Quite surprised. Sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumours of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis, kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rules out his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight. I think he's going to go ahead purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
The highly anticipated Jake Paul versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis showdown is officially set for November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. Originally planned for Atlanta, the fight was relocated after Georgia's Athletic and Entertainment Commission raised serious concerns about the massive weight gap separating the YouTube star and the pound-for-pound powerhouse.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this. But Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, though.
Jake Paul enters the spotlight with 12 wins, 7 coming by knockout, and only a single defeat. Turning internet fame into a boxing career, he showcased himself in crossover showdowns and sharp business plays, determined to prove he's not just an influencer but a true contender.
people are like so fucking insecure. I kind of lost myself in the whole entertainment world. And so when I found boxing, it gave me that like routine, that discipline. I got to like take time for myself in these boxing camps. And every day for training, I had to like meditate. Boxing gave me the ability to like reflect on myself and like realizing who I was and who I wanted to be, and that helped me mature. You get addicted to that validation from others, and that's something that I realized that I had to face. And like, why do so many people want clout? I'm not good enough. I need followers. I need likes. It's driving a lot of our generation because they're working so hard to get this external validation.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis enters this matchup with an undefeated record of 30 wins, 1 draw, and countless knockouts, cementing his reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous forces. He currently holds the WBA lightweight championship, but that title won't be at stake due to the clear size mismatch. This showdown is officially billed as an exhibition, meaning traditional boxing rules, such as weight limits, round structure, and strict regulations, are far more flexible and subject to negotiation depending on which commission oversees the event.
25 is active next year. I'm out of it. After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport. After our second fight. Nah, no. I'm gonna win, bro. Nah. I could tell you my fights.
Who do you think will win between Jake Paul and Gervonta?
But I don't know. It should be Gervonta, right? But the weight size and everything, we'll see. It's a fun entertainment.
Mike Tyson, who has already shared the ring with Jake Paul, has reportedly urged caution as Paul prepares for a showdown with Davis. Tyson understands firsthand the pressure and intensity of fighting Paul. But he also recognizes the serious risks of facing a fighter as skilled and explosive as Davis. While Paul has size and youth on his side, Tyson believes Tank's speed, technical mastery, and knockout power make him a dangerous opponent regardless of the weight difference. His warning reflects concern that Paul may be underestimating the level of danger Davis presents. For Tyson, the spectacle may draw massive attention, but he stresses that Jake must weigh his legacy against the real physical risks.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but if you had a fight coming up, he's a top dog. There's no doubt about it. He's showed that very fighting. That's what show him fighting.
Eddie Hearn isn't holding back when it comes to Jake Paul's upcoming clash with Gervonta Davis. The veteran promoter has raised red flags, stressing that this fight is far more dangerous than the flashy build-up suggests. According to Hearn, the massive size and skill gap makes it an uneven contest where Jake isn't just risking a loss, he's risking serious physical damage. While he admits the commercial appeal is enormous, with huge money and global interest driving the event, Hearn believes the danger outweighs the hype. He cautions that a brutal beating could not only harm Jake's health but also derail future ambitions, including a potential blockbuster with Anthony Joshua. For Hearn, the odds may look 50-50 on paper, but the reality is that Jake's well-being, not just his record, is truly at stake.
We know that Gervonta is going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
I think it's extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. You know, I've got the general feedback is the boxing world saying, please AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything, Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat Anthony Joshua. I think it's the only reason we're going to see this fight, but I truly believe you're going to see it at the beginning of 2026.
At the end of all this chaos, trash talk, debates, and expert opinions, one burning question remains. What happens when Jake Paul steps into the ring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis? On paper, the fight looks insane. A 200-pound YouTuber turned boxer against a 135-pound pound-for-pound superstar. Critics like Froch call it a joke, pointing out Jake's leaky defense, telegraphed punches, and lack of professional-level fundamentals. He believes Davis has the skill, speed, and technique to embarrass Paul, but warns that the sheer weight difference could make it a dangerous mismatch. Chael Sonnen, on the other hand, argues it's not as bad a fight as people think, though he doubts Tank can sell it to the mainstream the way Paul can. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan continues to back Jake Paul, insisting that his technique, knockout power, and composure prove he's far more legitimate than fans want to admit. Add in Stephen A. Smith's constant criticism of Paul cherry-picking older or non-elite opponents, and you've got a storm of conflicting voices shaping the narrative. But no matter which side you fall on, the reality is simple. Once that first bell rings, none of the talk will matter. Jake Paul will be standing across the ring from a man many consider one of the most dangerous fighters alive, and Tank Davis will face a size disadvantage unlike anything in his career. Will Jake Paul's raw power, unorthodox offense, and heavyweight frame be too much for Tank to handle? Or will Davis showcase why elite skills, speed, and discipline always conquer size and hype? One clean shot from Paul could end it in shocking fashion, but one perfectly timed counter from Tank could silence the doubters forever. This fight isn't just about two men, it's about two worlds colliding. Boxing tradition versus crossover chaos, technique versus power, and legacy versus disruption. And when the smoke clears, only one man will walk out with his reputation elevated and the other with everything in doubt. November 14th isn't just another exhibition, it's a battle that could redefine boxing itself. Don't blink, because this might be the wildest fight of the decade. If you're ready for more breakdowns, bold predictions, and inside boxing drama, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video with every fight fan you know.